Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Visual Effects Artist React. Today we're getting silly. We're gonna see some fun stuff. It's gonna be a good time. Roll the clip.
This is actually very timely because we just made a tier list about resurrecting actors with visual effects.
Oh.
I have no idea what this is. I've not heard about this at all.
Well, let's find out whose grave it is.
Don't fear the dead, and don't fear me.
All right, Val Kilmer, wow.
That looked like an AI simulation.
You guys are looking at a film that has Val Kilmer in it. Val Kilmer passed away a few years back. This is a project that they started in 2020. He was still alive at the time and actually was on the project, but was too sick to film. And, you know, he passed, but they finished the project. And working with his family, they're like, you know, he wanted to be part of it, so let's keep it going, let's get it done. And so here he is in the film. Now they've used AI to put him into this film, plus I'm sure a few other methods as well.
But like, what kind of AI?
That's the thing, is you can't just say AI. You're just saying computer program when you say AI at this point. Like, there's a million different types. Like,
how did they do it? With computer programming.
All right, what do you guys think?
This shot looks incredible.
But what's going on in those other shots? The random giant iceberg exploding. That one was like really strange. And see, those ones are deep fried. We got two deep fried shots. Do you see those?
Yeah, it's got the weird unsharp mask filter, doesn't it?
What's going on with that?
Are you seeing it?
Yep, the water.
The water between the tree and the car, there's like a cross hatching going on, which is a classic pattern that you see with AI generated video or AI upscaled video.
I don't think they shot this scene and went, oops, it's too low res.
It's hard to say because this is a trailer, and there's nothing AI video does better than making trailer shots. Because AI doesn't have spatial or environmental awareness or awareness of continuity. So it's great at making a pretty 5-second long shot. It's really bad at making a 2-minute long dialogue scene that has specific action and beats and interactions with an environment.
Yeah, because there's lots of stuff in this trailer though that's not AI at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's this strange blend that's throwing me off.
The question that comes to mind is, are they doing like a face replacement?
Deepfakes were a thing for years before AI video became a thing, even though that's kind of AI video. If this was 2018, how would we have done this? Get an actor that looks roughly like Val Kilmer, and then you do a deepfake.
In terms of something that feels right, that's gonna give you the best result because you have a performance, you're filming it, you're directing it, it's all there being captured in the moment, and then you're basically putting a digital mask on somebody. I am dubious if these are face replacement shots though. These feel like wholesale AI generated clips here. You can still direct them to some extent by doing like a style transfer where you act it out first and basically re-stylize it, which is what we did with Anime Rock, Paper, Scissors. But the further you go down that path, the more and more quickly everything falls apart. And then you have these wacky glacier shots that don't obey the laws of physics. It changes color between shots. Once again, it's a trailer, it could be 2 different moments, but it just feels very AI. It feels like you're seeing something on TikTok, right? And that's a real danger when it comes to being a filmmaker and trying to use these tools right now. The moment it feels like slop, it becomes slop. People are gonna clown on you hard if they feel that kind of stuff in the film.
What's up guys, Christian here. So I think one weird thing about this time of the year is that by May, a lot of people have already stopped thinking about the big reset energy that they had at the start of the year. You make all these promises to yourself in January and then real life kicks in. And before you know it, you're just back in your routines. And I don't even think that's always a failure thing. Sometimes it just shows you what actually sticks and what doesn't. And what parts of your life maybe need more attention than motivation alone can fix. That's one reason I think therapy can be really valuable. It's not about suddenly becoming a whole new person. It's about understanding yourself a little better, figuring out what's actually getting in your way, and having space to work through it with someone who isn't inside your own head. And that's why this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. See, BetterHelp makes starting therapy easier. You could take a quiz and get matched with a licensed therapist, and if it's not the right fit, you can switch therapists at any time at no extra cost. You can also communicate in the way that works best for you, whether that's via phone, video, or text. I like that because therapy doesn't have to be framed like some dramatic last resort move. It can be a solid way to check in with yourself, get new perspectives, and build healthier ways of handling whatever's going on in your life. So if you've been thinking about trying therapy, click that link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/quartercrew to get 10% off your first month of therapy. I personally use it. I love it. Couldn't do it without it. So I hope it's a service that can help one of you guys out there too. But if it helps just one person, then I'm happy. Thanks for listening. And now let's get back to React.
I've got a clip for you guys. Everyone loves a good mirror shot. We got a new one today from a movie called The Watcher in the Woods. It's a 1980 spooky film from Disney.
Disney? She's a vampire. They're doing one long unbroken shot, which is great. Watch her walk up with the mirror. It's reflective. She sets it down. We don't cut. We come back, and now our reflection's gone.
Here's what I think. There's a hole in the wall and another set behind the wall that mirrors the real set. So they would have had to figure out that reflection and what that angle would have been to see that, recreate that over here, right? The trick here is that we're seeing a real reflection on a real mirror, but then when we come back, there's no longer a mirror and we're seeing through the hole. The mirror is easily just, they pull the back out and swing it out, but there's also two paintings. A painting without a hole and a painting with a hole up on a C-stand or something dangling behind the mirror. And as she goes down, they just pull the first one out.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because you can kind of see a little bit of misalignment. Memorize that alignment of the painting with the mirror frame.
There's a little house with two windows right off the top right
A little
corner.
bridge going to it, a little building underneath it, some other stuff. The house is now a little bit closer to the mirror. And maybe that was a little bit of like they moved the mirror to pull it out and push the mirror back.
But yeah, you're right. There has to be a hole in the tapestry. It makes sense just to switch to a new tapestry.
They are at a 45-degree angle on the mirror there. Theoretically, like, why aren't we seeing part of the painting behind the mirror then?
Because they're aligning the holes for that sort of angle. They know their camera angles ahead of time, right? Now, if they have the holes aligned perfectly in parallel, we would see the left edge of the painting there. But they've specifically aligned the holes to be mismatched like this from the perspective of that camera there. But that means that on the right side, that hole is probably just barely behind the frame. As the camera starts moving, we see a tiny bit of parallax of the painting disappearing behind the frame, but then right when we should see that little hole, the back of her head is covering all of it.
Simple trick, but
This is very cool. Dude, I
Executed
freaking
really
love
well.
mirror shots. Good find.
Got my top men on this. You in the comments. Thank you.
you guys want to see a really awesome helicopter crash?
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to see a cool helicopter crash.
This is from Sudden Death, 1995, a Jean-Claude Van Damme story.
He was who inspired me to do the splits.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll inspire you on how to land a helicopter here.
What the hell? Oh, he's watching him. Where is he? He's just floating down.
Oh my god! Wait, the size of that helicopter!
The size of that helicopter.
The size of that was a Tonka helicopter.
And then they have this really sick real shot here again.
Oh my god, yeah.
I think the director of this film was a compositor, and they're just like, I can't wait to composite these sweet shots. I have a vision of this helicopter perfectly going along the y-axis, and that thing is going down like an elevator.
Slower than an elevator.
Slower than an elevator. That is the funniest shot. Something is very wrong in this movie.
Dude, the ladder, it's a sideways ladder that's dangling below the
It's the ladder
helicopter.
that's perfectly steady. There's no better time to climb that ladder.
So you know what I think they're doing? I think this is the regular helicopter parked normally as one does with a helicopter, and they're moving the camera laterally on a dolly, and cutting it out and then rotating it 90 degrees.
Yeah, so they're not moving the helicopter for that shot, they're moving the camera.
Exactly.
So another tell that they're moving the camera and not the helicopter is that the direction of the shadows aren't changing on the
Oh,
helicopter.
good call.
Like, look at that little knob thing there. And it looks like the rotors are actually spinning because we're getting real shadows from that. But as it's descending down, we should see the angle of that shadow change a little bit in relation to the source light coming from the right. But it's not, it's staying the same.
So it's pretty clear what happened here is they dropped the real helicopter first and filmed that. Really sick shot of a real helicopter smashing into a stadium and blowing up, which is crazy. But then they're like, okay, well now we need to get the sequence from when the helicopter's in the air to when it crashes. It crashes on its tail, so I guess it does this, then goes straight down. And that part's a dubious decision. But this is definitely a comped in Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's 100% either rotoed or on a blue screen and comped in front of this. The glow and everything on the helicopter makes me feel like it's like a miniature that they filmed, or it's the real thing that's descending into the stadium. But there's other shots where it's definitely just a cutout image of the helicopter.
All the wide shots from a distance.
You know, this feels like a thing where they had a week left to finish all the effect shots, but every effect shot took 12 hours to render. So you hit render in the evening, you go home the next morning, you come in, you go, well, that's what it's gonna be.
You're like,
Don't have any more time to re-render that one.
The best part of this whole sequence is the actual crash, because they did that for real, and the crazy squibs going up inside of the...
I love 80s squibs, man. Those squibs are... so many more movies need those kind of squibs on them.
It just feels like Netflix or someone has made a decree that says you can't use squibs in movies anymore.
They just want to do the fast After Effects thing. If you're ever worried about how good your VFX look, just know that this is a full-budget theatrical film, and it put butts in seats. So if you can cut something out, you're good.
The United States of America doesn't negotiate with terrorists.
Oh, heck yeah.
Are you guys familiar with what we're looking at?
Yeah.
No.
We're looking at a shot from Olympus Has Fallen.
Wow. It's like Unreal Engine right
Dude,
here.
that hard bank.
Activate Action Essentials.
Oh, that was a nice
That was a
shot.
cool one,
that was a
squib
good,
shot.
that was a very good shot.
Too bad the editor was afraid of cool shots and cut immediately.
It's a lot of CGI hits, but it's cool.
A shot like this, it's done by a bunch of teams. So one team does the background, one team does the lighting, one team does the effects, aka the smoke and the fire, another team does the compositing, another one might build assets. And so you end up with a collage here from a bunch of different people. And in this case, you're really feeling the collage effect of, hey, that element was rendered separately, and the lighting doesn't affect this other element, and that lighting doesn't affect this other element. And suddenly it just ends up feeling like a bunch of cutouts just put on top of each other. And you can really see it when the tower falls. The smoke here doesn't put any shadow on the debris. The debris is fully lit, even though it's inside the smoke. And that's because you're rendering out the debris separately from the smoke, and it's different teams working on it, and a comp artist has to put it all together, but they weren't all together in the first place when it was rendered. So it becomes this weird, janky CGI cutout.
I feel like all of the bullet hits, the ground hits and all of that stuff, actually pretty solid, considering it seems to be mostly 2D work. It's just the CG planes, man. They look so unrealistic to me. It's the shading. Yeah. It's like the rendering quality. I don't know how to describe it.
It's not reflecting the sky properly. It's not a proper HDR. It's not getting the bounce light from the ground correct. Like, the material feels really flat, so it kind of feels like high-end video game cinematics as opposed to like photoreal movie effects. And actually, there's a lot of impressive work here, 100%. But the plane stuff looks really janky and really takes me out of it. So Sam was like, Yu Hakusho, check out these crazy CG buff guys fighting. And we're like, whoa, that's crazy. I've never seen such good CGI buff guys fighting, except for maybe in the Avengers. Anyways, check out these buff CG dudes fighting. I feel like this is an example of like how much an animator makes a difference. Like a good animator animating a scene can turn like just a CG dude into like some really good stuff.
What did he headbutt? Do you
That's
think
cool.
he jumped out but was on a wire so it just like stopped his jump?
I don't know. It's a really inventive shot. Look at that three-point landing. Look at that perfect three-point landing from a headbutt.
I'm really trying to figure out how they're doing that, because it could be wire.
I'm pretty sure he's just on a wire and it's not like a wire pull or anything. What do you call it? It's like
Dead man.
A dead man wire?
Just a dead man.
Okay. Well, okay. He jumps out with all of his force, it stops him dead, and he drops down, and then they release the tension so he's able to kind of move out around a little bit.
I'm just so impressed that the actor is able to jump out, take the dead man, three-point it perfectly, and then immediately go into the next action. And then grabbing the arm, holding onto the door, like it moves really naturally. Like we always complain about CG dudes like not moving correctly. Like this feels like the physics really feel good. The speed at which like the big guy's throwing stuff and moving and punching, it feels accurate.
The camera works pretty good too.
Yeah. Dang, nice fall.
Wow, yeah.
They didn't like ruin it either by cutting away immediately.
This show has incredible choreography.
It's so kinetic. Kinetic and frenetic.
Blunt stop.
Great physical acting.
There's a lot of challenging compositing going on here because it's like, obviously the red dude is all CG, but there's some sort of guy that he's interacting with for these. Like when he grabs onto his arm and is like being swung around, you can clearly see like the fist is having to be comped in there, but it's so challenging what they're having to do.
Yeah, you can tell the big red demon guy is CGI. It doesn't look photoreal, but it moves like everything should move in this world. So it doesn't matter that it looks fake. It's in universe, so it feels good. In filmmaking, there's generally this rule that if you want something to look normal on camera, you need to elevate it 2 times more than you think you need to. Like, if you want someone to look casual, what's one level up in style? add one more level to that, and they'll look casual. And I think when it comes to CG guys, it's the same thing. If you're gonna fight a CG guy, as an actor, your physicality needs to be taken up 2 notches higher than it otherwise would to compensate. And the stunt performers and the actor here are doing that. Like, the physicality of the lead is so elevated that it's making up for any kind of weirdness in the CGI animation, because you're feeling the realness and the visceralness of the performance that's coming through.
Do we know who did the work on this? Okay, yeah, so
Scanline.
Scanline. I just want to see a single before. Like, who is the stunt guy? Interesting. Okay.
No wonder the physicality is so good. He's like fighting a real dude that's like got all the pads and he can punch him and everything.
That's just a fun idea for a scene, having a big padded guy.
Yeah.
Who you can like kind of really punch, and then you just replace him with a
And then you give it to
crazy monster
Scanline.
Yeah.
You know, we say that the guy is like obviously CG, but at the same time, they're checking off all the boxes. You know, they're doing all the animation, right? They're doing all the hair, they're doing all of the rendering. It's like the right blend of intense action, but also bizarre silliness.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty sick, and I feel like a great use of CGI.
Everything we do here at Corridor is made possible by subscribers. I'm talking about CorridorDigital.com subscribers. So if you'd like to support what we do here, keep us independent, you want to watch them without any ads on an entire app dedicated to streaming all our stuff, check out CorridorDigital.com. You also get 15% off of merch and a bunch of other cool stuff.
By subscribing to CorridorDigital.com, you help keep the private equity away.
We need a subscription, help!